Thanks for logging on to WCBI.com. I'm meteorologist Dickey. Lots of blue skies this afternoon. The weather we've been waiting for is finally here. Not a cloud in sight in Columbus, Tupelo, at Durham's Pharmacy in Vernon, or in downtown Louisville, Mississippi. That bright blue sky looks to stick around with us throughout the day today. 87 will be where we end up this afternoon in Columbus, 87 in Amory. We'll get to 87 in Louisville, Macon, and Aliceville at 89 later on today. Now into the weekend, we warm up a little bit more. I think we're into the low 90s on Saturday and on Sunday as well, so the weather continues all the way through today, tomorrow, Saturday, before we start to get some of that Gulf moisture back. That may bring a few isolated thunderstorms on the day Sunday for us, but overall, this high pressure will keep in control for us here for the next few days. It does look to start changing, though, also because of the tropics. We are watching Hurricane Dorian off to our south and east. It will impact a lot of what goes on across the southeast, and it could bring even some clouds into our area as we head into early next week. Let's go ahead and talk about the tropics now. We've got two systems, Aaron right here and Dorian right there. As we look at Aaron, it is a tropical depression, really a post-tropical storm at this point, a very unorganized, just a mass of showers and storms that's coming up the eastern seaboard. It'll bring some rough surf and some windy and gusty rain to areas from Boston up through Maine, but that's about it. No real concerns there. Then Dorian off to the south. Very much organizing here. It looks like at the latest satellite images, some dry air is trying to wrap in there, but definitely showing some more signs of organization in the core there. And in fact, you can almost make out what appears to be an eye trying to develop there as this continues to strengthen. Still the latest as 85-mile-an-hour winds with the pressure of 986. That pressure continues to fall by the hour, something that the hurricane hunters have noticed in the past few runs they've had. Now, the hurricane hunters are out there now, and they're now surveying the atmosphere in front of Dorian to figure out more of what it is doing. They're flying throughout the lunch hour into the early afternoon. And the reason for that is there's some uncertainty with how Dorian will interact with the Bermuda High to the north and how it will move to the west then. What we think is going to happen is it continues its northwestward jog, and then we'll take a left turn and go right to the west there into Florida. Something we have to monitor. However, if this ridge ends up a little stronger, it may push Dorian a little more to the south. We'll see that turn a little earlier, and then that may end up carrying into the Gulf before it can turn north. We'll have to wait and see. Another option, too, is that if this ridge is a little weaker or weakens as it's moving to the west, it may then try and sneak in between the ridges there and come up the eastern seaboard or perhaps through Florida. Timing will be everything. The speed of the storm as well as when this ridge will break down will determine what happens with that. In the meantime, the National Hurricane Center right now, their latest updates as of 11 a.m. has it now strengthening to a Category 4 hurricane heading towards the Florida coast here. Something we have to watch. It looks like they're saying 130-mile-an-hour sustained winds. They've done a couple of things. They've slowed it down a little bit. Now it looks more of a Monday into Monday afternoon, perhaps, landfall. And they're also noticing that slight turn to the north there. So that's a sign and a trend that is worth watching. If it does that, that may keep it out of the Gulf, but still the cone of uncertainty keeps the eastern seaboard as well as the Gulf of Mexico in play moving forward. So what's the big takeaway? Well, even though the track is here, anywhere in yellow needs to continue to monitor. And that's going to include up the eastern seaboard, Georgia, into the Carolinas. It also will still include the Gulf here, something to continue monitoring with the holiday weekend moving forward. We want to make sure that everyone's aware and staying with the forecast, especially with the beaches being there. Lots of folks taking the long weekend like to go to the south and enjoy the water. Dorian may make it a bit of a messy weekend for folks down on the coast. Locally, though, the weekend looking pretty good. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we're in the low 90s. We will have some Gulf moisture back in play. That means a chance for a few isolated showers and storms. By the middle of next week, I have us back into the mid-90s with a chance for an isolated shower. We may get some more clouds in there from as Dorian makes landfall. We'll keep monitoring to see if that forecast changes in our area.